All right, so I've just realized I haven't had my thinking cap on. This is colloquially, in a friendly way, I think of this as my thinking cap, and I also, it's my midlife crisis because, man, I miss my full head of hair. It's not all that bad, but I miss the way it was when I was young. All right, next thing we're going to learn about is SmartArt, WordArt, and Symbol. We give up youth, but we gain wisdom. If we're paying attention, we give up youth, but we gain wisdom. And so it's a trade-off. When I was young, I did some things which weren't as skillful, didn't think things through as well. I'm older, I got that wisdom, but I don't have my youth. All right, so there we go. We're going to learn about SmartArt, WordArt, and Symbol. And this is also stuff that's here. We got SmartArt right here on the insert ribbon. We have Symbol over here. SmartArt, WordArt is right there. SmartArt, WordArt, and Symbol. Cool. To do that, we have 051 Art and Symbol. First, we're going to do SmartArt. Come to the insert menu, and we have SmartArt right here. SmartArt includes things which are like relationship oriented. That's the way I think about it, like a list or a process or a cycle or a hierarchy chart or a relationship or a matrix or pyramid and structure. And you can see all that stuff here, right? Like all these different kind of looking relationship process oriented things. Super cool. My favorite is this one right here, how one thing leads to another. And so I could just change this text and I could say work and then come down here and earn money, or we'll say get paid, and then go to Hawaii. And I'm like, oh, I want to have one more. Power of right click it, and I want to choose show text pane right there. One of the most important things to know. And now in this list, I can just keep adding to this list, and it adds new items. Surf, enjoy, family. Maybe I should change that order. And I could grab these corner handles and I can make it bigger. And I could get my little four-way arrow, cursor pointer awareness, and I can move it around. And that is a really cool deal. If you combine that with the ability to take pictures and to get rid, like if I wanted to format this, I could format object and change the background to white and then take a picture of it and X that off. And then I have a picture that I could put in anywhere and enhance any of my graphics. So sometimes I might come in here and know that I could create these little SmartArt things and then put that into some other thing that, doesn't even have to do with Excel. It's just a nice little tool in Excel. All right, so that's the inserting the SmartArt right there. We're going to see WordArt, so we'll do WordArt next. WordArt I think of as Superman because that's the way it used to look, though it no longer works in here. They no longer have the Superman one. I don't know if that was a lawsuit or what, but it just gives you text which is formatted in a certain way. So that's WordArt, and then finally we have Symbol. And so Symbol is right here. Click Symbol, and these are all just character codes from Unicode. You could also do from ASCII. And so we could go find those character codes in hex, or we could just scroll through this and we could see different stuff, right? So copyright mark, or that trademark R or TM right here, or currency symbols or infinity. You could find all that. And I also included in here a link to Unicode characters. And so Unicode is UTF-8, the most popular coding scheme in the world for encoding text. And if you're ever curious how computers work, I have a course, Learn to Code, Go. And it teaches you the basics of programming and also how computers work and how it's all zeros and ones and coding schemes. I'll say a little bit about that in this video. But you could come in here and you could look at the different characters, right? And you could find their hex code and then put in that hex code. And you could find that character in here and insert it. For now, I will just do an insert on copyright, close that, and then I could select that and I could make that bigger. Big. 500. You could also just type it in there. File size must be between 1 and 409. Hey, never realized that before. Wow, that's really big. So grab the little move. There we go. And brought it down. Copyright. Kind of cool. All right. So just a moment. No more Excel stuff from this point forward. I'll just take a moment and talk about how computers work because it's kind of fascinating. But computers run on electricity. We already know that. We turn them on with the power switch. And electricity has two discrete states, on and off, right? Yeah, you have the dimmer in your house on lights, but really on or off, two discrete states. Computers run on electricity. Electricity can be on or off. And computers are just like your porch light, on Halloween. In Western culture in America, on Halloween, October 31st, we have like the festival of all that is candy and kind of scary. People dress up in costumes and they go around the houses and they say trick or treat at each house. And if the porch light is on, they could go up and they could trick or treat at that house. And then adults give the kids candy. And they're dressed up in costumes, and it's totally cute. And but a computer is just like your porch light on Halloween. If the light's on, that means come trick or treat here. If it's off, it means go away. So we have one light bulb, one circuit, one switch, a switch turning that light on or off. We have one switch, one circuit, one transistor, whatever you want to call it, that then has a coding scheme for its state. So if the state's on, it means come trick or treat. If the light's off, it means go away. Nobody's here at home going to give you candy. And so that's how computers work. But instead of just having one circuit, one switch that could be on or off, they have like 8 billion. And the arrangement of on or off determines, we have coding schemes to say, hey, what does this on-off represent? And so like if we have two porch lights, right? If we have one porch light, it could be on or off. If we have two porch lights, they both could be on, they both could be off. This one could be on and that one could be off, or vice versa. So we could encode 4 messages. If we have 3 porch lights, we could encode 8. And the formula for that is 2 to the power of n, where n is the number of light bulbs you have. So 2 to the 1, 2 to the power of 1 light bulb. And this almost warrants a spreadsheet here. So we have 2, and then we have the powers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll just copy out this pattern, and we'll do it to like 24. Boom. And this will be equal to that, F4, and it's going to be to the power. And I don't know if that works right there. And let's just copy this over and see what it does. Oh, cool. Totally worked. Because there's also a power function. And so if we have, it's 2 to the power of n, and we could represent that just right here like this, just using our Excel skills. And then we could, well, I like doing it up there better for this for whatever reason. And format cells, and we could superscript that. And then we'll make it bold, and we'll make it bigger. Oops, except we just made that in bold. So now that that's there, we can make it all bold, and we can make it all bigger. Right, 2 to the power of n. Where this is like just binary state, on or off, and this is how many light bulbs you have, how many circuits or switches. So if I have 1 light bulb, I could have 2 messages, come trick or treat or go away. If I have 2 light bulbs, I could have 4 messages, which is like, you know, whatever coding scheme I want to apply to it. If I have 2 porch lights, hey, party's on, or I'm asleep, or I'm studying tonight. So there's the message, or it's a movie night. It's not party, but it's still somewhat social. So there's 2 to the power of 2, and here's 2 to the power of 3. If we had 3 porch lights, we could encode 8 messages, all on, all off, or combinations. And so computers have billions of circuit switches that they could store on and off and check instantly. And then we just have coding schemes for how is that, you know, on-off arrangement code out. And instead of saying on-off, we say 1 for on or 0 for off. And that's the 1, 0 of computers. And that's the power symbol, which is awesome. And so the power symbol for computers is a 0, which is off, and a 1, which is on. And that's just really mind-blowing if that's the first time you've ever learned that. You know, like 0 is off, 1 is on, and this is what you turn the computer off and on with, and that's the 0 and 1. And so, and then, you know, we just have circuit switches and on-off arrangement of states, you know, on-off arrangements, and we have coding schemes for it. So one coding scheme is ASCII, and ASCII has, you know, like characters, and so here are the on and offs. Right, so this is the arrangement of circuits in on, off, 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 on, off, and that's the capital letter F. So if I hit capital F on my keyboard somewhere in my computer, these on-off circuits, you know, switches go into that arrangement, on and off, and then that's how it remembers that, oh, the letter F goes there because there are those 0s and 1s there. There are actually physically switches that are in an on-off state in my computer. First computer in the mid-40s, 1940s, the ENIAC had 18,000 circuit switches that could be on or off. They were vacuum tubes, in the first computer. So that's just a little bit about how computers work and coding schemes, and it's pretty cool. And that was all in, I think 6 minutes or less. That's pretty good. And if your mind was blown by that and you're like, wait, you could go back and watch it again, or you could go take my programming course where we dive into that in more depth. Super cool. All right, sweet. So that is using SmartArt, WordArt, and symbols.